3.
Breaking news! The water in the Everglades has been polluted and is drastically getting worse. Today we have Dr. Dahlia and Dr. Toronto, who have been studying the Everglades for many years. Today we will be interviewing them about the situation. Dr. Dahlia, can you elaborate more on what water pollution is?
Water pollution is when harmful substances, often chemicals and pesticides, contaminate a stream, river, lake, ocean, aquifer, or other source of water. This can lead to poor water quality.
It's become an extreme issue for the Everglades right here in our own backyard.
Oh my goodness, that sounds awful. Dr. Toronto, can you elaborate more on what pesticides and fertilizers are?
Pesticides and fertilizers will kill some forms of animals and plant life, and this is not good for agriculture.
Fertilizers typically have many chemicals that are found in the Everglades waters. These chemicals may include phosphorus, nitrogen, mercury, and sulfur.
What causes water pollution in the Everglades?
It's because of the fertilizers and pesticides from farms in urban areas. When it rains after farmers and residents have used fertilizers, sometimes it can run off into canals and lakes. These are all interconnected with the Everglades waters.
Ultimately, the plant and wildlife in the area is going to change over time.
How can people help stop pollution?
Unfortunately, we can't do as much as we'd like to do. We need more legislation and laws against the fertilizers if we want to make a bigger impact.
On a smaller scale, you can help by minimizing the usage of water. Also, make sure you don't litter. If you see litter on the ground, be a helper by picking it up.
How does pollution affect the wildlife that's living in the Everglades?
Many heavy metals, toxins, and other air pollutions affect the Everglades by getting into the food chain. If it gets into the food chain, this will damage the quality of food and water.
So, Dr. Dahlia, how do we benefit from the Everglades water source? And what can happen if it's polluted?
The Everglades water is a water source for over 8 million Floridians. With water pollution, it is hard to get clean water, so we must decontaminate the water. This process can take a very long time. It can take up to a few months to even years.
Wow, maybe some of our viewers can reach out to their government agencies and state representatives to stop this issue. It can also minimize the usage of water and fertilizers.
That would definitely be helpful. Just look at this picture of the Everglades before we started building on the area. And look at the second picture. It shows how pollution has affected the water over time.
You guys should never litter. Littering is very bad. When you're exploring the Everglades, make sure you pick up somebody's old trash, and recycling is very helpful. Thank you to our experts, Dr. Dahlia and Dr. Toronto.